Hey, what's up? It's your boy Danny G from PBG talking about, are these the 10 best cards in this reprint booster set? We're gonna be going more over like general cards. There's a lot of stuff that is archetype locked, so we're not really gonna go into those cards no matter how strong they seem. We're going over more of the general 10 best cards in the set. Let's get into it. All right, guys, coming in number 10, we got this new blue level 5 Thetismon. I can't read, guys, card game player. Thetismon. So the wind digivolving effect is the main reason why I'm picking this card at number 10. It's generally when digivolving, you may trash up to 2 blue cards in your hand. Then for each one, you may trash any one card under your opponent's digimon or tamers. Then until the end of your opponent's turn, one of their digimon or tamers without cards under it can't suspend, guys. So a big thing, there is a period between the trashing and the then. So it's 2 separate effects. So generally, if there is a digimon or tamer without a source already, and maybe you don't want to trash anything, you could just go ahead with the second part of the effect. But against decks like Hunter and Cross, the taking away of the sources is pretty big. The end of attack once per turn inheritable is more towards the archetype of the deck, but the wind digivolving is a very, very interesting effect. I think it's a very good tech in blue decks. We could probably see some of them in blue flare, this card in like blue flare. I wouldn't generally say O Force, and then maybe any off decks people want to try out, but that Thetismon is definitely a card very excited for in this RB1 set. Next up, coming in number 9, every security control player's favorite card, ADP, a delicate plan foil. The rarity upgrade is very much needed. This card's just as a big middle finger to security control on very option heavy base decks. What it does is one of your digimon, not color restricted by that, so one of your digimon gains security effects on option cards checked by this digimon don't activate. So it just gains the ability to not trigger option cards in security, which is very, very strong depending on the format. And we finally get like a foil upgrade for the card, so it's my number 9 pick. Then we're going to my number 8, the boy Jack Raid. Very underlooked, very strong card since set 1, guys. Security effect, we got it. It's busted, gain 2 memory, and then the main effect, for every 10 cards in trash, gain a memory. This card is still generally played in Lilith, in Beals, in various decks. This card is very powerful, will catch people by surprise, just like Hammer, Spark, and Icewall did in security. So it is my number 8 pick. We finally get a foil version, so the rarity upgrade is very much needed. Another card that was in kind of the slot between this was Hidden Potential, but that one already has alt art. So Jack Raid, definitely a fan favorite, getting this foil treatment. Next up, this is a very interesting tamer actually. So Hokuto Amano Kawa. So start of your turn, if your opponent has 3 or more tamers, gain 1 memory. Against playing Cross and Hunters, blue flare, this card is very good. I can see decks like Control teching it in, and various other decks that just might want like a one or two of tech for this card. All turns, when your opponent plays a digimon, by suspending this tamer, gain 1 memory. So if you kind of want to control your opponent, especially with like, definitely really great card against Hunters and like these very tamer rush decks. Opponent plays Digimon, gain a memory, so it kind of has them going over to try to like get like the right memory. If you have multiple of these, it also becomes very hard for your opponent just to like go off. Then if that Digimon's level 4 or higher, Yeah, so gain 1 memory if that Digimon's level 4 or higher, and draw 1 if it is level 3. So generally level 4, level 3, which is like the sweet point for those decks, you're going to be gaining effects, and hand advantage or memory is really, really good. So this card, very interesting tech card. Hopefully we'll see more of it in play in the game. I think it's going to be underlooked, so definitely letting you guys know, very, very strong pick. For the next insane card of the set, this card as a security control player scares me. We're talking about Hover Espon on play or when digivolving, so that's already pretty good diversity. Reveal the top card of your opponent's security stack. That's already nasty. If that card is a Digimon card, gain 1 memory. So generally gain 1 memory already, so the on play can be reduced to 4, or the when digivolving can be reduced to 1 if it's in that ratio of a Digimon card. If it is a non-Digimon card, an option, draw 1 card, so you get to ramp your hands, which is really good. Now here's the really cool part. Place the reveal card at the top or bottom of your opponent's security stack face down. So definitely this card being my number 6, just being able to play this out when digivolving for 2, and then just if you just put my chaos degrades to the bottom of my security stack, and then you start getting information of what's in my security, is really, really good. Hover SB is definitely going to be a really strong card to deal with. And then all turns, while there's a tamer, either side, while there's a tamer, this Digimon gains blocker and can't be deleted by your opponent's effects. So really, really strong card. I see this being teched in decks. Definitely love this effect, even if it's against me. So Hover Espon being my number 6. We're coming into more the reprint stuff now, guys. Blitz Omni, that card's been pretty high, and generally speaking for SRs, just because of how good it is. It's been like in the 6 to 8 ratio for the regular print. Now we're getting a reprint to soften the blow, you know, even with the alt arts and stuff. 4 different alt arts. I would even say there's I believe there's another version of the card, if I can't remember, but there's multiple Omni Blitz, and the regular SR has still been like 6, 7, 8, and we're finally getting a reprint. Very strong card. Omni for game is a thing people hate to hear. Is definitely one of the catchiest phrases of the Digimon card game. What it does is, if you don't know, when digivolving Blitz, which allows you to attack even if the memory passes over, then when digivolving, unsuspend. So generally if you've exhausted your Digimon's attacks, you play this unsuspend Blitz. When an opponent's effect would delete it, if it would just stay in the turn, you can protect it by removing a level 6 from the stack. It wouldn't protect it against chaos degrade, but generally, or battle, but it would protect it against returning, like bouncing effects. Really good card. It's good to finally have a reprint for this card. That's why it's my number 5. Then we're going into my number 4, guys, our favorite aggro boy, ST1 Security +1 Greymon. Various amount of reprints for this card. This card's been reprinted to living hell, but it has still remained pretty expensive. Regardless of that, we're getting a foil version for the card, even though we already have like the Judge promo one, but it's still just generally, like, for a card that's been reprinted so many times, been pretty expensive for its price point. So we're finally getting a reprint for this card. A lot of decks still play it. You know, definitely the Greymon decks, Blue Flare plays it. So really good aggro general security +1 piece in the level 4 slot. Generally your level 5s tend to be a ratio you don't want to mix around with, so it definitely is stronger to have your level 4 take the security +1 hit, because there's generally a lot of security +1 level 5s, but there's obviously stronger level 5s that you'd want to play in. So Greymon's always been that good. 3 to 4 of you could play to aggress the deck, and that's why it's there in that placing. Let's talk about our top 3 right now, guys. Top 3. Demimaron. Why is this uncommon so expensive? Because it's the best purple rookie that you can get. I mean, egg that you can get. General on deletion, draw 1, trash 1. Every other purple egg is more like, if you wouldn't play this one, you're playing more archetype. So like Monimon for hunters, which is more archetype. But this card is just, it's been reprinted as well multiple times. It's still a very expensive egg. So it's glad to see we get not one a foil printing, but we get another reprint so we can soften the blow, guys, to the wallet. That's why Demimaron is my number 3. It's very highly important in a lot of purple decks. So glad to see it soften the blow. The boy Lucon, one of my favorite Digimon, especially in the game. Thank God, because this card has been haunting us in price ranges for a long time, and then we know it's getting support because they announced the Lucon Online is getting support. So glad to see that it got reprinted. The level 5 Lucon is also getting reprinted through Premium Bandai. So that's also good. We're gonna have another printing up to level 5 to soften the blow. Now what this card does, if you have 10 or more cards in trash, reduce it by 8, so it's a 5 cost heal. 10k body, you know. The card's generally been sitting around the 20ish range, 15 to 20 range for the regular one, but now we get a reprint. Definitely excited for this. I know a lot of security control players are super excited for this. A lot of the coming in to the format with BT14 with the Magna Angemon deck, the new yellow deck. I'm sure they're very excited about this. So very excited for my Lucon in number 2 slot. You know, definitely good to soften the blow, guys, when it comes to deck building. Definitely love being as budget as possible. Before number 1, I like to give a quick honorable mention to the new alt arts for the memory boost. The memory boosts jump around in price depending on the meta, but now we're getting in the gift sets, in the new reprint gift sets, we're getting alt arts. I believe it's you only get 1 per box. So these memory boosts are definitely going to be on the pricier side of the memory boost, but they look just so amazing. This is the green one, for example. It's just really cool. I can't wait to get my hands on the purple memory boost. Definitely love the art on that one. All of them have insane art. I'm glad to see some love for the memory boost, guys. That's our honorable mention because it's not really in the set in America. I believe it was in Japan. It was in the set in Japan, but we're getting it in the gift box. But glad to see it come. And then our number 1 pick, I'm sure everybody knows, is the boy Magna Angemon. This guy has been insanely priced for a long time. There was a small point in the game where he was very low. He's like $5 at some point, and then, you know how we control players do, we just abused it and shot right back up. Definitely a very strong card. Just general recover 1 on play, and then the inheritable is your turn. For every 3 cards in your security stack, Digimon gains 1000. So it's really good for the DP. Flame Hellside, if you already know what to do, bring it back from grave for the free off security. So definitely very excited. Even if this card got reprinted in the 2nd anniversary, it was still super high. So when it comes to like picking up cards, this is definitely the card to get in this set, Magna Agumon. And with that, guys, thank you guys for watching. Check out the links below. We got our Patreon links, investments, our website, pre-order singles for this set, and boxes and everything you might need. So remember to stay tuned and stay topping.